Hello children, hope you all are fine and also are studying through the online videos, classes and through the notes. So today we will continue our chapter 2, that is component of food, and let's recapitulate first what we have learned in our previous video classes. So in that you have studied about different types of nutrients present in the food, that are the carbohydrate, proteins, fat, vitamins, minerals and some dietary fibers like roughage and water. These all are very essential for our day-to-day life in the it is altogether called balanced diet, and we should take every day in our food. So also I have already started the first of the nutrient, that is the carbohydrate. So in carbohydrate also you have learned that there are three types of carbohydrate. They are sugar, starch and cellulose. Sugar is a simple carbohydrate and is water soluble carbohydrate. Starch is a complex carbohydrate and is insoluble carbohydrate, means it is not soluble in water. And also cellulose is also one of the carbohydrate, very complex carbohydrate, but the human body cannot digest the cellulose because we don't have that enzyme to digest the cellulose. But the herbivorous animals like cow, goat, buffalo, they can digest the cellulose. Now let's start with how to digest the carbohydrate. What are the procedure for the digestion of the carbohydrate? Actually what happens, whenever we eat carbohydrate, this carbohydrate turns into this sugar and starch. Carbohydrate in the form of sugar and starch we can digest, and this carbohydrate turns into glucose. This glucose is absorbed by our body blood, and this body blood transfer this carbohydrate from top to bottom of our body and give us energy to do different types of work. Okay, so what I told? Yes, I told that the carbohydrate whatever we eat in the form of sugar and starch turns into glucose, and this glucose is absorbed by blood, and this blood transmit this carbohydrate from top to bottom of our body and gives us energy. So we can write the equation for that, that is glucose plus oxygen in the process of respiration gives carbon dioxide plus water plus also release energy, energy, energy. Okay, so in the form in the form of formula also we can write this equation, that is glucose C6H12O6 plus 6O2 in the process of respiration gives 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus also release energy. Okay, so children, here 6 and here also 6, it is for balancing the equation which you will learn in your higher classes in class 8. Okay, this 6 is for balancing the equation, but the formula for carbon dioxide is CO2, water is H2O, and the formula of glucose is C6H12O6, and the oxygen is O2 only. This 6 is for balancing the equation. So by this way the carbohydrate get digested in our body. So children, if you have to test for starch or sugar, how you will test that whether the food contains starch or sugar or not? So actually what happened, take some amount of food, okay, crush it with the help of water, boil it and then make it cool, and then add 2-3 drops of iodine solution. If the color of the food turns into blue color, it contains starch. Okay, and if you add, instead of iodine solution, if you add Benedict solution on that time, and if the color of the food turns into red color, then it contains sugar. Okay, for sugar we have to add Benedict solution, and for this test of starch we have to add iodine solution. If blue black color occurs, it contains starch. If this color doesn't occur, then the food does not contain the starch. In sugar test we have to add Benedict solution. If the food color change into red, then it contains sugar. If it doesn't change into red, then it does not contain sugar. This is the way how to test for starch and sugar. Now children, carbohydrate, I think so you all have understand about all the things. Now let's start with the other very important nutrient, that is fat. So fat are the another very important nutrient present in our food items. Fat actually is mainly present in different types of oil, ghee, butter. Okay, so the fat which we consume in our day-to-day life either come from animals, like in the form of ghee, butter, cheese, paneer, milk. Okay, or in the form of comes from plants like coconut oil, like mustard oil, like sunflower oil. So fats maybe come from animals or maybe come from plants. Actually children, what happened, fats are the also known as energy giving food like carbohydrate, but do you know that fat gives more energy than carbohydrate? Okay, fat gives us more energy than carbohydrate. That's why a human body needs 35 gram of fat per day. Now the next one is fat and oily materials. Fat like oily material, these all are very greasy to touch, means slippery in touch. Okay, you can recognize a fat by touching them. They are very greasy, slippery in touch. Fats also stored in our body, means in the form of energy. Whenever we have to store energy, this energy is stored in our body in the form of fat, and that is required, that is used by our body whenever we are required. For example, whenever we are keeping fast, during fasting, the body stored fat, and that fat is utilized by the body during fasting. That's why fat is also called energy bank of the body. Okay, it is called energy giving food like carbohydrate, as well as energy bank of our body. Fat is also called energy bank of our body. A little amount of fat which is stored in our body is very important for us, because it is used by us whenever we require that during fasting, as well as it also gives cushion to our body and protect our organs from any injury. Okay, and also prevent our body from heat loss during winter. The fat used by our body and keeps our body warm. Okay, it prevents our body from heat loss. But if excess amount of fat is stored in our body, then our body has to suffer from a disease that is called obesity. Okay, and now these days children are more obese because of eating lots of fatty foods like junk food, stale food, oily and spicy food. That's why, and that is children very harmful for our body, because during that time, obese person cannot do his work with full energy, and he or she will always feel lethargic if he or she is obese. So children, that's why we should avoid the fatty food so much. It is required by our body, but in a limited quantity. Also, fat is useful for our body for the absorption of vitamin A, D, E and K. This A, D, E and K vitamins are absorbed by our body by using fat. If your body is having stored fat, then your body is able to dissolve the vitamin A, D, E and K. Fat also gives flavor and taste to our food items. So that's why we are adding oil to every food item, because it is giving flavor and taste. Actually, not only we use fat, but many animals also are using and storing fat. You have, I think so, learned about camel and polar bear. Polar bear hibernate during winter season. Okay, so whenever they hibernate, they go for sleep for a long duration, like 6 months or 4 months. So on that time they are not taking any food. So how they survive on this earth? because of the stored fat in their body. So the organisms like polar bear, camel, they all are using fat whenever they are going for hibernation, or whenever they are not getting food for long time, they are using the fat. So this is all about fat. But do you know, children, fats are also divided into two categories: saturated and unsaturated. There are two types of fat: saturated fat. Saturated fat are those fat which are generally obtained from animals. Obtained from animals, like in the form of ghee, in the form of butter, in the form of cheese, paneer, milk. These all are obtained from animals, and these all contain saturated fat. Okay, and the next category of fat is unsaturated. Unsaturated fat, and these fats are generally obtained from, yes, plants. Obtained from plants, like in the form of oil, sunflower oil, mustard oil, coconut oil. These all are the fats obtained from plants. And now this is all about fat. But do you know, children, how we can test that whether the food item contains fat or not? Actually, you take some food items on a paper. Take one paper and keep some food items on the paper, and then rub it on the paper. Rub that food item on the paper. If you see that the paper turns into translucent, do you know what is translucent? I told you in the starting of materials, those objects which are allowing a partial light to pass through it. Okay. If the paper turns into translucent, then the food contains fat. If the paper does not contain translucent, if the paper does not change into translucent object, then the food does not contain fat. So this is how we can test for a fat. So I think this is enough for today. We will continue our class in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.